Hello everybody, this is Courtney Douglas and I just wanted to talk through a little bit of my toolbox. I made a Google site, so hopefully it's easily navigated. The home screen that I have on here talks a little bit about some of the technologies, and I always feel like it's our goal to get students ready to prepare for the future and be critical thinking. I really loved the wheel that was put into the Horizon report, so I put it on my home screen. Over on the left side, I have 5 different technology tools that I have chosen to use. The first one is the consumer technologies. Under consumer technologies, I chose to put an article that kind of talks about what kind of consumer technologies is the trend in the next decade. It's it talks about the consumer and talks too much about the classroom. However, it was written in 2012, so I'm curious to see how that influences the classroom in the next couple of years. The next is QR scanners and QR codes. One of my favorite is a website called bit.do. And if you click on my link, it can take any website long URL address and it will shorten it. And you can then put bit.do/ and then whatever you shorten it as. The best part about it is also when you hit the shorten button, it gives you a QR code. So if you have elementary students that may need help, it makes it easier for them to scan instead of typing in a huge code. I'm going to get back here to the website. The next one that I've chosen is some digital strategies. The flipped classroom is very important as far as teaching. I think that the student using their time outside of school, understanding and looking at the concepts and understanding and taking notes on a lesson is absolutely the first place they should be starting. And then spending some time inside the classroom using those and applying the lesson to more higher level categories in Bloom's. Two of the ways that I think are easy to make some flipped classroom videos are Nomia. They have some already updated videos that are already included in there, so it makes it easy on a teacher because you can just link those. The second is Screencastify. I also have instructions on how to use Screencastify. I am using Screencastify for this presentation as we speak. I also included on here my sample lesson plan of how I use the flipped classroom model while I'm teaching my students how to conjugate AR verbs. Next is social media technologies. I learned so much from Pinterest. From personal to school use, I find great examples that I can use in my classrooms, models, just gets my brain flowing with different ideas. Twitter is another way, a social media that I think is great to be connected with and ask questions and to communicate with others. Some internet technologies I put on there is the cloud computing. I put a article on here for different ways that cloud computing can support education. I also put a YouTube link to what is the Internet of Things and how can those pertain to an educational classroom. The last tool is visual technologies. I included 2 different types. The first is a 3D printing and education video. I think that 3D printing is amazing, and I can definitely see it down the road as part of technology labs. I believe it's very costly at this point, so many schools might not see those. The second visual that I included technology is Lucid Chart. Lucid Chart is a Google app that students can log in with their Google accounts, and it makes it possible for students to be able to click on their or to take the reading and pull out information and to graph it and make it visual. This is an example of one of the ones that I had done in my classroom where students had to read articles about different Spanish-speaking countries and they were taking notes for the presentation. The last link that I have on here is a Works Cited, where I put some links to different articles or different YouTube clips that I found throughout my presentation. I hope that you guys enjoy this and you learn a few things from it, and I'm definitely looking forward to looking at other people's toolboxes to gain new information for my classrooms as well.